Hi, welcome to the Unique Show. This is your host, Unique, with another episode. Let's talk money, let's talk finance, let's motivate each other to grow financially, to grow in lifestyle, and to see things from a different perspective. I read a quote from someone saying that you need to surround your surroundings, or the people that you have access to. Your surroundings are very contagious. They make um a big impact in your life in terms of how you see things and how you can go through different directions. So when that famous quote saying that tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are, it started to make sense at this current moment as I'm analyzing different behaviors. They always say that if let's analyze it. If you were in high school, and there's different types of personalities that you can surround yourself with. You can surround yourself with bullies. All they do is pick on other people, make jokes, whatever. There's the naughty group. They're always late for school. They're always smoking. They're always going to the principal's office for bad behavior. And there's the nerds, the book smart nerds who the only thing that they care about is getting higher grades. Every day it's about academics, how they can better themselves in that way. So depend on those, and there's even more groups, right? There's more social cycles that you can go into. So in those options, a person is always in charge of the choices that he makes. And in going for, you go with the bullies. Everybody will fear you. You feel good. Your confidence is high. You go with the naughty guys. As long as you pass, you fine. All you do is you want to be famous because, hey, he's the naughtiest one in school. You want to be with them. Maybe their girls love you. You want to be next to the cool kids who, maybe the social cycle is like they're rich kids or whatever, but they're like popular kids, or every guy wants to date type of thing, or the nerds who they're book smart. All they care about is being in the top 10, top 5, those kind of things. So as a person, they say you're always in charge of which group you want to hang out around with, and because that can make every choice you make, you might feel like you're not making a choice, or you are born in an environment that is not motivating, right? So some things you might not be in control of from that young age because you can't get out of that. But there's some choices that you can make that you can almost go through a different route. There's always those people, let's say in the townships or in the village, where there's always someone who just does things differently. Maybe he doesn't really hang out in the villages. He's always going to another town, and when he comes back, he has different ideas of how he's almost good because he knows the balance of like the suburban life. Maybe he has a family or friends that he hangs around with, and there's a different lifestyle that happens there in the suburbs compared to like the villages. It's a different lifestyle if you really analyze it, the way the people behave, the way they see things. So we are in charge of how different scenarios play out. So you're in charge of the surroundings that you are impacted with. Like if you're born in a village, maybe there's a certain way of looking at life. If you're born in the city, there's a certain way of looking at life. If you're born in the suburbs, there's a certain way. Town, there's a certain way of how that can impact in your life. So that's why I'm doing this, because I want to be exposed to different things of like finance. I want to know what I know the basics of investing. Maybe somebody's going to teach me something else about property. Maybe they want to teach me about starting a business or interesting businesses, or whatever. So this is just a financial platform where I want to share what I know. Here's one thing that I've learned over the years in terms of like investing, or just how something can change, how your life can go into a better direction. And that thing for me is having clear goals. You have clear goals of what you want after a period of time. you know, like goals make a big decisions in your life, even if it in terms of like you want to start investing. There has to there has to be a reason why you are investing, that's going to motivate you to invest. Some people, maybe when I started as well, I didn't really have big goals in terms of, I was like, okay, I heard investing works and I wanted to make money. I wanted to make money. I didn't even have a clear goal of how much I wanted to make or clear time when I want to have it. So my goals have shifted now to what I want. So at first, I think I was just like, I had it makes money, so invest. And I got introduced to different platform. I mean, different things to invest in. Like, I'm a big fan of cryptocurrencies and stuff. So I'm just saying, like, before you start investing, the main thing for you need to start with. That's why, hopefully, that story that I was talking about surrounding yourself in different places will resonate, because I'm talking about like me starting this group is to be exposed to other people who like the same thing as me, to share different ideas, to ask me questions. Maybe I'll go and research about it and be able to talk about it in a new video. And of course, I want my YouTube channel to be popping, of course. Yes. I still want a production company that can make movies, right? So having a clear goal helps you to go a certain path. Like for me, my goal was to have 100,000, and I finally found it, right? So I've gotten to 100,000. My portfolio is worth 100,000 on easy equities right now. I've invested, like, I think 50% of my money is into cryptocurrencies, which is something called, on easy equities, is something called, on the South African Stocks Exchange, is called EC10 and EC20. So, half is like 20, 25. The other one is 75 as well. So, but that's like plus my, plus the profit. So I didn't really invest 100,000 all in all, but my portfolio is worth more than 100,000 now. But I've invested around 82,000 with my own money. But my account or my portfolio now, it's worth, or it's currently 118 rands, 118 rand, 118 rands, 118,000 rands. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. So now that I've reached my goal of 100,000, I think my investing will change now, because I used to invest rapidly. Like I would invest like 80% of my salary, just to make sure that it gets to that level. I was pushing, and my other projects that were making money, I would make sure I don't go out to eat or buy alcohol. Or I would cut down on my expenses and make sure that all my money was going to investing, so I can get to 100,000. So now that I've reached that milestone, I can relax now. I can, I won't put more than 3,000. I won't put more than 3,000 on my easy equities anymore. It's just gonna be less, 1,000, but according to my budget. So I'm not gonna go crazy. Before I was going crazy with the amount of money I was investing. So now I want to focus more on my savings, because savings is very important. It's very important for reasons like, you don't want all your if you don't have savings, if something, if some emergency thing happens in your life or you need money, you'll be forced to take out money from investment, which I don't want. I don't want to take my money from investing. I think I want to invest as much as possible. It's just going to be like a security for when things go bad in my life. It's like something that's going to make me feel better knowing that I have it, so I can save as much. But if it makes a lot of money, I would want to take a portion of it, So now that I've got 100,000 in my easy equities, now I'm focusing on my savings account, which is going to be saving for, you have to be specific too, but I'm not that specific yet. I'm just saving as emergency fund and everything, but it's not really for emergencies. I'm saving to have my own, property. I'm trying to invest into property, but I also want a house because I'm still staying with my parents right now. So there's a specific amount that I have, and I'm trying to make sure that I save as much as possible, that I have any amount that is excess out of my budget. Sometimes, you have a salary, right? Let's say you get 10,000 and, maybe you're left with like 5,000 after all your expenses and everything is paid out. sometimes money comes from different platforms, whether maybe you're doing a side hustle and now you have excess money. So all that money that comes, unless unless stated otherwise, I'll always put it into my savings. I'm trying to grow that as quickly as possible. I'm trying to at least get to 200,000. But as you know, property is very expensive. I want to buy a stand. I want to, but I'm still planning because I'm still in the planning zone. I just know consciously that unconsciously, that I'm planning to have a certain amount so I can afford like land, to buy land, whether that's going to be my house or that's going to be an asset in terms of like investing into something like a guest house or something like that, because I'm exposed to the tourism industry and I love it now. So that's what I'm going to focus on. So me having all these goals, and they can be, the nice part about goals is you can be specific and you can make it, even if it's a long-term goal. I want to be a millionaire, whatever it is, you can make it into monthly goals so that it's easier to achieve. You say in a year, maybe it's gonna take 10 years for you to get to a million. So you like in a year, if I can save 10,000, that would be good. If I can invest 10,000, that would be good. Because in long term, like time goes so much. Like what I like about investing is that even when time just generally is so just goes very quickly, man. You find yourself like I'm like 32 right now. I'm almost 32 actually. It's not April yet, it's March. So you find you always worry about time going, like, oh man. So if the years are moving fast, the one thing that can make a big change in your life is investing. Time is going. So if you put money on the investing, and the longer you put it, the more it's gonna bring more money. So investing is the future, and that's the life. So we'll catch you in the next episode. Hopefully this was of value to you, but it's just talking about things that inspire us, and let's talk about business. Hopefully I'll have more people to talk to in the future. And yeah, cheers.